Well, good morning here at Hochanda. We have got a fabulous day ahead, and we are starting with a fabulous show, a fabulous guest, a friend of mine and an inspiration in the industry for so many years. Hazel, how are you?
Morning. I'm great, thank you. You?
I'm very good. Now, you work with Pink Frog to come up with amazing card sizes.
Yes.
And amazing techniques as well.
Yeah.
Now, this hour, I believe you are going to show us a lot of black card techniques.
It's all about the black card for me on this show. Just showing you different ideas, giving you different bits of inspiration on things that you maybe hadn't thought of doing, but just stuff that works. And, you know, it's just different, and that's what we want.
Absolutely. And the best thing, I think this great show has got, the black card, the true black from Pink Frog, but also the super smooth.
Absolutely. So we've got, you'll notice across the counter that we've got some black and super smooth. They're kind of like taster kits for people out there that haven't tried our card before, and they might want some black, they might want some super smooth. Both of which you can do some amazing techniques on. So, but then also all the way down the counter and on the pole, we've got all the black card together. So it's your choice. You can pick in, dip in, choose what you fancy.
And of course, we have got amazing adhesives as well, part of the Pink Frog family. Now, let's start with the first bundle that we have got. It's the 15 by 30. You are getting 50 sheets of course, the super smooth and 50 of the true black. Now, having this super smooth is 300 GSM.
Yeah.
Can we throw a watercolor to it?
We can do so many things. We have got boards, but if you like blending your inks, that's going to work. Absolutely. If you like stamping, that's going to work. If you like alcohol colouring, that will work. You can do your watercolour paintings. There's so much that you can chuck at it. It's a good weight. You can do your construction. So I like to call it Jack of all trades, just because it does do pretty much everything. Now,
the card is unscored, but if we can score it simply by the middle, is it around a 6 by 6? Just
roughly,
under?
yeah. It would be 15 centimetres square, which is roughly 6 inches. But you will get an instruction sheet with that showing you 10 folds, so you haven't got to worry. You'll have gate folds, Z folds, half folds, side gate folds, inverted steppers, you name it, it will be on that sheet for you to refer back to.
And of course, then you can do all those different types of folds with them. At £14.99 is your price. You are getting 50 sheets of each, so 100 sheets in total. 743857 is your item number. Then we have got a different size, 15 by 42. Now, if we score it down the middle, what sort of size we will get?
That will be 21 centimetres by 15, so it's like your C5 landscape. Obviously, it doesn't have to be landscape. You can have it as a tent fold, but that exact size you've got in your hand there. Again, you're going to get your instruction sheet with 10 folds, but excellent sample there, just showing how you can emboss the cardstock, add your different inks, and just get some really nice techniques going.
And of course, like you were saying, the 10 fold, so you could have it vertically like this if you wanted to. Or we have got here a sample that is hiding away. But
there you go, there's your 10 fold. Absolutely. And that's got texture paste on it, so lots of different mediums, whether it's on the super smooth or the black, they're going to work, and they're still going to be rigid and stand.
And it being 280 GSM also, it is construction weight.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see around you all of the frames that I've made. I love making frames.
Look at this. Have you used the 15 by 42?
I have used a mix. So there's two, probably between the 15 by 30s and the 15 by 42s on that. And then I've probably got one of the 12 by 12s on the back. But I like this one because it's a frame within a frame. I've got heat embossing on there. I've got different inks chucked at it. And I am going to demonstrate how I've made the inside of that on the 11 o'clock show. So if you're interested, you need to tune into that one.
Fabulous. Now, if you want to go for the 15 by 42, you are getting 25 sheets of each, so 50 in total, 771617. It's cost you $11.49. This could be the first trial size, and you still have got like 50 cards in there to create.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's plenty. And mini albums as well, memory books.
Absolutely. That little technique book that you showed, that's all from, it's 15 by 42s, but then I use a 15 by 30 is the wrap that comes around.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
just mess with the sizes, but it gave me just the right depth and it sits perfectly.
Absolutely.
So
now, of course, we have got also, you might want to add A3 and A4. We have got those ones as well. So in there, you are getting 40 of the A3 and 80 of the A4. So you are getting in total, let me see, 120? No, 120. Oh, yeah.
I panicked then because I was zoned out and I thought she's going to ask me the total.
No, I was asking the voice in my head. I mean, she's my maths brain all the time. I wish she was all the time in my life. Right, now, why is it so important to have the largest size as well?
Again, they're going to work in with your frames, so that will be the back, and you can make yourself a nice A3 frame using two 15 by 30s and two 15 by 42s. But other than that as well, you can make your pizza boxes, you can make your bags, there's notelet bags. So any instruction set that we do that corresponds with the size that you're buying, you're going to get that free in with your order.
Fabulous. Now, if you want it, you can have it at 458-806. Sorry, I kind of just suddenly the numbers kind of disappeared a little bit in my. I know. £32.98 is your price for the set of 40 A3 and 80 of the A4. You are getting half of them in white and half of them in black. So you are getting equal amount of black and white. And then, of course, we have got the, is it the 12 by super smooth option as well? Here we have got the bundle. You can see them. Now, this is, I've
got to get mine because it does come everywhere with me. I have to show you.
Yes.
It comes in a ream box. It's so handy to have on your desk and you just dib in. I've just topped mine up because it was getting a bit low, but A5 and A6, you always just dib in, whether you're doing a little inky background, whether you're stamping, but it's just perfect and they're so popular. Again, that's why we've brought it back, and at this price,
it's fabulous, isn't it? And we always talk, I mean, off air, Hazel and myself, about how handy it is to have those smaller sizes. It's like almost we want to try a technique. You just grab them.
Exactly.
And you don't feel like you're chopping into the good, you know.
If you had to chop into an A4, it would feel like the rest of that piece of A4 would go into a drawer and not be used. So what we're trying to do is get so that whatever you want to make, you've got that size, whether it's a 10.5 by 30, our new size, or A4.
And isn't it funny because you know, we are experienced crafters, so but also there is something that having pre-cut makes life so much easier. Scoring, I enjoy scoring.
I do too.
But cutting always is so much, you know, kind of, it's so committal.
It doesn't matter what tool you've got. Obviously, if you put it in wonky or you don't hold it down, you're not going to get straight cut. So,
absolutely, indeed. Yeah. Now, getting them all in here, it makes a lot of sense. You are getting 160 A5 and 320 A6. It's a massive amount of cardstock. But you are just paying £13.98 for a super smooth card. 698005 is your item number. And then we have got the true black in A5 size. And you know, can we talk about how important it is to have true black cards?
True black, with it being acid and lignin free as well, it's a great weight. It scores beautifully. You can do your construction. You could just score that one in half and make a little A6 card. Me personally, I have been doing it for all my little techniques, and it's gone into that book. So it's literally pick up a sheet of card, do my technique, stick it in the book. It's the perfect size to work with your 15 by 42s because that's your matte and layer. It's going to go straight on. So it kind of all works.
It does. Yeah. And you mentioned, of course, being acid and lignin free for memory albums to matte and layer the pictures as well.
Definitely, yeah.
So, yeah, we have got a sample that we will show you in a second. 939972 is your item number. £10.99 for 80 sheets of A5 True Black. Right, on the website you will find lots more, included adhesive at every single bundle. Look at those 5-star reviews and look at all the different options. If you wanted to go for 12 by 12 in the super smooth and of course the True Black, we have got those options. £15.49 gives you 25 sheets of each, so 50 in total. And especially if you are doing memory albums, especially with Graphic 45, that True Black works so well. Now, we do also have got the amazing EVA glue, which I have been using lately, and I'm really massive fan. 5-star reviews for those ones, and the non-clunging glue bottles as well. They are phenomenal, and I'm really excited to see that we have got on the show the Collal 3D glue gel. You're getting 2 of them, 80 ml in each. $10.98 is your price. So grab your essentials as well as that removable Scotch tape. It is a phenomenal. As well as we do have got glitter card non-shed in that gorgeous black and silver. Now this is. I just want to dress like this.
It's gorgeous. So you can die cut that, you can score it, you can emboss it, you can add your gilding waxes to it. It looks amazing. On the silver, you can put alcohol inks in it if you wish. Absolutely stunning results, yeah. So it's 2 items that work together, which will work with black card and white card. And it just needed to be.
The one thing I love about this, I was just kind of was showing how there is absolutely non-shed, but also is not completely encapsulated in the sense that you have got a film over it.
Yes, no, it's kind of a beautiful, yes. It's almost like a velvety kind of feel, isn't it?
It does have a texture to it, and it's kind of a matte glitter in the sense that it's still very super sparkly, but it's kind of a sophisticated sparkle. If you want that, £14.99, you are getting 10 sheets of each, so 20 in total. 677-863 is your item number. Right, Hazel, take it away.
Okay, so I've just been, whilst you've been talking, crumpling up a piece of the A5 True Black. And the reason I'm crumpling it up is because one of my most favourite techniques to do on the black card is put gilding wax on.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take some gilding wax. I've got a couple of 3 colours, and I've scrumpled that up. Let's move that out because I don't want to get gilding wax on it. And then we're just going to come in. Now, the important thing is always take off the excess on your gilding wax, because you can add to it, but you can't take it away once you put a bit on.
You haven't wet the card or anything
No,
like that.
this is just direct onto the card. So I always go down with one colour, give it a good coating around to pick out all of those lines. And if when I've put the first colour on, I think, oh, I want a bit more, then I can add that too. So now I'm going into more of a coppery gold.
Yeah.
It's quite similar to the Empire Gold, actually, but it's just to show you the technique that you can get. And then we'll go into a bit of silver. And again, just make sure you take off, especially the tip of your finger.
Yep.
Nice, soft. But when you put this silver on, that just gives you that highlight. And then, of course, you can buff that up. Yeah. But that's just bringing out all of that texture. Give that a nice rub over. And then look at
that. And you can still see the black coming through it.
Exactly. So that would make an excellent background to start any of your mixed media projects. You could be die cutting in a stark black and popping it on the top of there. Don't think that you can only put your gilding wax on there, though. If we grab another piece, and I won't put so many crumples in this one, I like to use my thumbs together just to break down the fibres, but you can hear the quality of the card. Right, so this time I actually use oxides a very, very lot. I don't think there's ever anything that I make that hasn't got some oxides on. So if I was to grab, I'm just going to rub that over to get some ink down. And at the minute you think, ooh, yellow, but there's a method. Let's just now rub that in a bit to tone it down. I mean, like that. Good catch. That's one colour. Maybe come in with some blue now. And again, I'll just drag the pad over just to get it. I'm getting more ink on at a quicker stage that way. You can come on, if you like your brushes now, and just gently rub that in, and it gives a really kind of, I don't even know how to explain it.
Now, so.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, you're bringing your dyes into it and popping that on there, but it just gives a really lovely effect. You could then mix in, if you wanted to, let's just put a few more creases in. Because we've got that lovely colour in the background, maybe I want to add just a little bit of wax across there, just to bring out certain areas.
Oh, I like that.
Just a few. And then we'll buff that up. And again, would you have thought that that started off a piece of black card? Now, all the techniques that you do on your super smooth, I will bring my mat back up now, you can then bring in and do on your black card. So if we start off with a light colour, let's say some wild honey, and we spritz down some water. Okay. And then we'll just start and do an inky pickup. So, because
you're using oxides, which are pigments, so they will have that opacity.
Absolutely, yeah. So
look at that.
It's bringing up, and obviously when it's wet, it's going to be a lot more vibrant. So.
We haven't got power. Ben.
I think I have.
Can we get some power here?
I don't think my plug was plugged in.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it.
It was, but it wasn't clicked down. Sorry.
No, don't worry. You know, it's so funny because I still, even after 18 years of living in the UK, I'm not used to having to turn on every switch. Yeah. Because in Spain, you don't have switch. Like all the plugs are always live.
Yeah.
Right, we do have got another True Black collection that we haven't mentioned, and we want to mention is the collection of 150 sheets sorted cards. Now, what do we get here in Hazel? Because we are getting, is it a 15 by 430? Yeah,
so
12 by 12?
This is a mix, okay? So it's like a taster of a lot of the sizes we do. So you've got 15 by 30. You've got 15 by 42. I think you've got 20 by 40 in that one. You've then got your 12 by 12.
Yes.
And your A3.
A3.
There it goes across the bottom, yeah. So then you've got your Pillars of Light Mirri as a kind of bonus in there, but a really, really good set. And so you'd get all your instructions. So your 20 by 40, 15 by 42, your 15 by 30, you'd get your frames, you'd get your bags, your notelet bag, your little handbag style. So it's a complete kit, really.
Absolutely, and you are getting it for £45 and 49 pence. Maybe you want to do all the techniques that Hazel is showing this hour, but have them in all those different sizes. 388985 is your item number. Right.
So I just whipped some red on there, a barn door, and you can already see that this is coming together. So we'll just give that another little bit of heat, and then we'll pop some of the salty ocean down. Yep. It is important to dry it in between each layer, otherwise you will get it a bit muddy. But I might cheat slightly just to hurry it a little bit for you, because you know I'm not the most patient.
That looks like a Chinese painting or something like that. It's just that's kind of amazing.
But then when you've got this background, if you then do some heat embossing in black or white over the top, it looks absolutely amazing. So, for instance, I'm going to stick there. If you know that little technique book that I've got that you held up, if you look at the front page of that,
absolutely,
that is actually what we're doing there. We've got the inky pickup in the background. There you go. Yeah. And then I've started to stamp on it. We've used some paint, we've used some white ink, we've got heat embossing, but it just works really, really well. And having that white liner around there just pops that image then off of the page.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gorgeous.
Right, so there we go. That is now. Always dry the back, and it kind of flattens your card back down. So if we bring that one to you, but look at the effects that you're getting there. If I wanted to now, how about I run that through an embossing folder? Let's just choose one. You see, I'm no good with choices. Don't give yourself a choice, Hazel.
It looks also, it reminds me, it's funny because I can see now the undersea, like kind of the corals, you know, coral reefs in here. I also think it's like very much, you know, the American painters from the 1950s, Jackson Pollock and Jasper Jones, that sort of expressionism. So it's funny how just with a little bit of inks, we can just throw them and create those amazing artistic effects. And so you now are embossing it.
I'm embossing it to give it some texture, and then we can do something over the top. So we've got that nice colour in the background. Yeah. Let's have a little look. You see, it's not the deepest of emboss, but we'll go with it. At that stage, you can't really see the emboss until you turn it over.
Oh, I see.
So now I've got choices. I could bring in my gesso, I could bring in my gilding wax, and I think for this one I will just bring in a bit of gilding wax just to show you that it's there basically. But
and of course, if you wanted gesso, we do have a set of 3 gesso primers on the show as well. So
if I just do, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do a little bit with the gilding wax, and then I'll put a little bit with gesso on there, just to show you. But you can see now how that just, you don't lose the colours, but that gold just kind of enhances what we've got there.
Absolutely.
If we now take that away, because I'm going to get messy.
Oh,
gesso. Okay. Couple of ways you can do it. You can apply it with a pad, but my most favourite, look at that, I'm being ever so good.
Yeah,
that is
you are.
proper.
Oh,
proper good, yeah. So I would then brayer that down and come on.
Oh,
and that's going to give you instantly, that's very mixed media. It kind of activates with the inks a little bit, but look how different a look that is.
Yeah, and you still can see a little bit of yellow and red, all those colours. And this is what we want, isn't it? The card that can take all those layers of water and ink and paint.
It's nice to have the versatility without having 15 different types of card, because that one takes this, that one takes that. Yeah.
And also for me, as crafter that I have got, you know, I do have got hundreds and hundreds of different types of cards. The reason why I tend to go more to Pink Frog Crafts cards is because I know what it does.
Exactly.
All the time.
Yes.
I know the reaction. So and it's not like grabbing a piece of card and thinking, oh, where did I get it? Is it going to do the full bleaching? Is it going to take the gesso? Is it going to... I know that
because we've trialed it all for you, and you know it's going to do what it says it does.
Absolutely. Right, now, while Hazel sets up for the next set of demos, I mean, it's really inspirational. I love it because I always get so, you know, excited about the Hazel's demos, and then I want to go home and you know, just have a go with them. Now, let's start with a 15 by 30 set of cards. Now, we have got in here the Super Smooth and the True Black. You are getting 50 sheets of each color, so you are getting 100 in total. 15 by 30 is a size card that creates, if you fold it in half, you have got, of course, the kind of almost 6 by 6 card. It's not just 6 by 6 because, of course, that is, it's kind of just under of it, but it will fit on a 6 by 6 envelope. Now, if you wanted, for instance, to create a, you know, a bigger kind of fold in Z fold and things like that, it will fit on a C6 envelope. The reason is that you are also getting, because it's on a score card, but you are getting the instructions on how to score, where to score, up to 10 different kind of folding cards. But that's not all what you can do. You can use that card to create, and by the way, these ones are Hazel's girls, aren't they?
They are indeed.
You look at that. So then again, using True Black cards means that it's because it's acid-free and lignin-free.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I love creating stuff like that. We've made loads of presents and different bits for Christmas with it's just black cardstock. We've die cut it. We've used the Britannia dies to build up our flowers.
That's gorgeous.
And by putting that piece of acetate in there, it just protects the picture.
Does. Yeah, absolutely.
There is one further down that hasn't got a picture in it yet. It was supposed to, because I did give it to my daughter for her, I'll hold it up, for her 21st. So there's meant to be a picture in here, but she hasn't got around to doing it yet. But, you know, the black there, it just really stands out. But all the detail that you've got in your flowers and the cardstock, and you've got your gilding wax.
That's a good point, that, you know, you have got there the 15 by 30, which means that it's a very good size. If you have got an A5 die cutting machine, that's the size that you can die cut it really straight away. You don't have to trim it down. 290 GSM, it still will die cut beautifully. £14.99 for a set of 50 of each, so 100 in total of the 15 by 30. 743857. Then we have got the 15 by 42, which is the size that if you scroll down the middle, you will get an A5 folded card, which will fit on a C5 envelope. But also there are so many more folds. Those instructions for all those different folds are included in this bundle. You are getting 25 sheets of each. You can use it, score it at the middle, and then just use it as a 10 fold. So you have got that portrait kind of configuration, or, you know, or you can use it as a landscape in here, which is a phenomenal size. I use this size all the time to create mini albums or cards as well, because it creates the ones that you can create something like this. And it's really significant, because then you have got the concertina that comes out like this. And so you have got a lot of space to put pictures as well. I love how it closes, and I love how you can do things like that. So you can be super creative where you are putting the score lines. Now, if you want to go for this bundle, you are getting 50 sheets in total, 25 of the super smooth, 25 of the true black. 771617 is your item number. Then we have got the A4 and A3. Now, this is the way that you can have an A4 for the back of it, or an A3 depending on the size. And then of course you can use different kind of configurations on how to score the card. This is one of the reasons why it is worth buying separate bundles or several ones of them, to have the different sizes, to have everything pre-cut, and then you just have to score it whatever you wanted. If you want to go for this bundle, well, you have got 40 sheets of A3, 80 sheets of A4 for £32.98. 120 sheets in total. 458806 is your item number. So you will get 20 A3 of the white, 20 or the super smooth, 20 of the true black, and so on. Right, moving on to super smooth. Oh, it's just such a disappointment when I have to go down. Then we have got here the super smooth. This one is a bundle where you are getting 160 A5 and 320 A6. Now you have got a lovely, superb saving of £8. You're just paying £13.98. We love as crafters to experiment with different techniques. So you just grab it. When you have to create a topper, this is where I would reach for. It has got the A6 and the A5. 698005 is your item number. 20% already gone. And remember, the A5, you just score it down the middle. It's an A6 folded card, which means that it's that sort of gorgeous sort of size, a smaller one, but not too small, so you can put still a lot of different elements into it. Right, Hazel, you are ready to demonstrate with this bundle.
Okay, yeah, I just want to do a kind of recap over the super smooth and just show you how good it reacts with the ink and the water. So I've just taken one of the stamps from our most recent stamp set. This is our chrysanthemum one. And I'm just going to ink that up in walnut stain. Can I come in now to do that? Give that a nice firm press.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm just going to add, I'll just move that to the side, and we're just going to spritz some water down so that that ink starts to bleed out for us.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And then we can come in and we can dry that. But again, this looks excellent. I've got loads and loads of different cards in a box here that I demoed on the last one-day special that we did. We did have some fun creating. It can take acrylic paints, it can take your inks, you can scrumple it up, you can emboss it. Let's just finish that off there. I'm just going to cheat slightly.
Yeah.
And then we'll pop that back in the platform. And what we're going to do, I'm actually going to do a little bit of grey.
So you haven't moved the stamp?
I haven't moved the stamp.
Yeah.
And I was going to paint, ink it back up in the brown, but I'm going to do grey because I do want to go in with a water brush then and start and do a few little bits to the petals. So just by putting that, it kind of looks a very dark chocolate brown now. But what this allows me to do...
Love that. Really love that.
Where is my water brush? Here we go.
And it shows as well that, you know, the inks will blend and bleed so well onto the super smooth.
Of course they will, yeah. So you can kind of come in now and you can add some flicks of the darker, the chocolate, just down to add a little bit of detail. So even though that card has been wet, I'm coming in again and wetting it with my water brush. It's taking that absolutely fine. You can do as much or as little as you like here. I'm just putting a few flicks in so that you can see the idea there. But if you wanted to go over that and paint that whole petal in, for instance, you can. It's going to take it, and I'm going to work out them lines and get a really nice effect.
Is that the chrysanthemum stamp that you launched last week?
It is, yeah. It has been so popular. Look at the way that that's worked out now, look. And I haven't got any bobbling, so you can really work and play with it. If I dip into my box again, we'll do one more, and I've got another demo coming up as well. But if we scrumple that up, and we do the same technique that we did on the black, say, for instance, let's just pop some, oh no, I want to do brown.
Yeah. And that chrysanthemum image, well, it was very, very, very busy when you launched it. You sold out, didn't it? But it's back on extended, so it will be dispatched from the 16th of February. But look at it, it's stunning. This one is the one that our common, very good friend of ours, Julie, did order it, didn't she?
She did order it, yes.
Yeah.
The first thing she said, oh, wow, I need it.
Oh, yeah, I remember, because, of course, she designs her own stamps. But
yeah, but this is the beauty of it, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that kind of look there, and then if we have a little bit of the darker, just to pop over there to pick that up.
Yeah.
I'm just being soft with that, and then we'll just, I'm mixing all my brushes up, I'm being ever so naughty. Oh. So that gives you that kind of old, antique-y look. So these two would actually work quite well together on a card. So whether you like... basically, if you tie in the techniques from your super smooth, you can very easily do them onto, I mean, look at that, the depth that you get in there. That's just a 3D embossing folder. That's a 2D embossing folder, but inking down first and then embossing that over. There's a crumply one. There's so many. Look, we've just done that. We've stamped and spritzed. That one's a lovely one, galaxy one.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
With the moon.
How are we doing? I mean, I can probably show you how to do that one. But look at these. You've got paints on there. You're making faux boarding. You've got brushos. How effective do they look? Yeah. That's paints again. This is white gesso on top of super smooth. Yeah. It gives you more open time and changes what you can do massively. Ecoline pens. You've got alcohol pens. You've got pencils. You can blend, you can faux bleach. There's a nice scrumpled one. That is with paint. But do you see, once you sit there and play, you can do so much.
Are you going to do the moon demo?
Would you like me to?
Well, we will. I mean, I have to say, it's the voice in my ears is like, we would love it.
Okay, right. So.
Right. Well, we said for that. I just want to show you we want to show you the other items we have got on the show, including, of course, this bundle, which has got the A5 and A6 beautiful. Oh no, actually, the rose stamp. Yeah. All right. So this one is the A5 rose stamp and the A5 A4 super smooth 300 GSM, of course, and the watercolor in that, which of course that has got a little slightly different texture to it, so it has got other options as well of technique wise. You are getting 5 sheets of each card, so £14.95 is your price, £3.25 saving in there. Right. Then we have got the texture stamp next, fabulous set of stamps, 4 of them, A4 super smooth and watercolor cards, 5 sheets of each. Again, you have got a £3.25 saving. Then you are just paying £14.95. Then we have got the Daisy stamp set as well, which are very popular with that special friend sentiment in there. Here you are getting A4 super smooth and A4 watercolor cards. You're getting 5 sheets of each. Again, you have got a £3.25 saving, £14.95 is what you are paying. Then we have got flowers and verses here now. Now this set will come as well with 5 of the super smooth, 5 of the watercolor with this glorious flowers there. Again, a £3.25 saving, £14.95 is what you are paying. Sunflower wishes we have got next. Now those sunflower wishes, again with this 5 super smooth and 5 watercolor, £14.95 is your item number. You can see each of them have got different item numbers, so of course have a look at the website or you know, just kind of look at the sunflowers that are in there. Now if you wanted to go for the decorative sunflowers, that's a different set. You are getting 5 A4 super smooth and 5 watercolor, again £14.95 with that saving, £3.25 saving. Now the chrysanthemum is really busy. Remember, it comes on its own. You are having you know, that glorious A5 photopolymer stamp set with all the sentiments as well. It will be dispatched from the 16th of February. If you wanted, 165554 is your item number, but I would be quick to check out those baskets because we are very busy for it. Now we also have got super smooth, I believe, in a bundle that of course it gets you A5 and A6. Now 160 sheets of A5 and 320 sheets of the A6. £13.98 is your price. You are saving £8. Do check out your baskets. Very busy for this one. And heading back to Hazel because you are going to show us the galaxy.
I am indeed. So whilst you were talking, I just went ahead and all I've done is blended 3 colours onto my background. Really quite messy. I haven't tried to blend them together, and then just spritz some water over the top. So from there you'll need your black soot, and what we're going to do is just pop some ink onto a stamp block. If you haven't got a stamp block, you could use a piece of acetate. Spritz some water on it, and then you're just going to start and tap this ink over, and then just
looks
keep...
like what do you call it? Wax, the encaustic wax.
It just looks amazing, doesn't it? Right, so you're going to do that 2 or 3 times, and you're going to need to dry in between. I'm just going to get a bit in that centre, and you don't want to cover all of the background up. The reason you want to do it 2 or 3 times is because you want to intensify that black and layer it up there. So in true Hazel style, we're going to cheat a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll proceed, put another layer. So each time just put a spritz of water on, and then when you come in for the second go, look, that looks a bit more intense. And you just keep going.
Okay.
Let's see how we go with 2 layers. I would normally do 3.
Yeah.
But what we'll do 2, and then I'll use some of my Versaclair to go around the edge. And then we'll bring in our gesso for our moon. Because the gesso is fantastic value for the 3 tubes. Right. So can you see, if I bring that next to it, look, we're heading that way.
Oh, okay. I see, yeah.
And then on top of that, I just need...
This is such a good technique. And remember that you can re-watch this show up to 60 days on the website, hochanda.com/rewind, and you can redo what Hazel is doing with the super smooth cards that you, if you check out your baskets, you can have as well.
Okay, a tiny bit of gesso.
Okay.
That might be a little bit hard, but we'll get by. So we're just going to... You don't want lots, but you just want to pound this gesso on. It will react slightly.
But that's kind of
with
the texture of the moon.
Exactly, and it just gives a really lovely... Now, you could just leave that at that, but I like to use a little bit of VersaFine now. Okay. Just to define around the edge. And the reason I go for VersaFine is because it's just a stronger, a deeper black. So if we go like that and we put a little bit of...
just a shading.
We'll go at the bottom.
And you have die cut the stencil out of the mylar sheets.
Absolutely, I've made my own, and I've got a little box, little pizza box that I keep them all in.
Yeah.
Now look, the difference by just popping that little bit of dark at the bottom there, and I like all of the little crater type bits, so you can blend around the outside in the Versa just to deepen that up. And then with my gesso that I've got left, if I just spritz a bit of water in, and my brush isn't clean, of course it wouldn't be, would it? Pop a few splats.
Oh, yeah, with the gesso. Oh.
I have to put a bit more gesso.
I love that then.
There we
yeah,
go.
by the way, the miler, we have it on the show as well. So you can, so it's 350 micron, and you are getting 6 sheets of the 12 by 12. So if you do them like yours that are 6 by 6, we would get 4, so is
24.
it 48?
24. 6, 12, 18, 20. How many sheets is there?
Sorry, 6, yeah, 24.
Right, 4, 24.
Yeah, sorry, I was kind of thinking 12 by 12.
I had to question me adding up then.
Yeah,
and I was saying 6, it's not, it's 4.
It's just me and my
You
math.
would be able to make 24 stencils, that's 50p each one.
Wow. And also because it's that thick miler, it means that, well, that great quality miler.
Exactly.
It means that it will last, you know, as long as you look after them.
Of course, it's 350 micron, it is going to last you.
Fabulous. $11.99 is your price, and you can be able to die cut it with open dies as well as the deep dish ones. 394204 is your item number. Right.
Okay, so that just gives us then our kind of galactical
I love that.
background, and that is all I did there. But
Wow.
a quick, easy technique, and you know, I'd be interested to see that reversed on black.
Yeah.
Start off with black card, put your bits on, do your moon and your splats.
Absolutely.
That would look amazing. Now, what I want to show you now, am I okay to go
Yes, absolutely,
into...
absolutely. We have got about 14 minutes, so we have got
okay,
plenty
that
of
should
time
be
for
enough.
that.
So I want to use the black card for construction. I also want to use it to make a background like this. I've made that one ahead, but it is literally just the true black card, but I'm using gesso and I'm using gilding wax. So I just want to quickly show you how I got to that stage.
Yeah.
So I started off with a piece of card, and then I grabbed some gesso, a little bit on my mat,
Yeah.
and then I braided that onto. So on here, all I've done is got one of my stencils,
Yeah.
and I've put some texture paste through, but I added some black gesso in just so that I didn't have to then paint all of the card. And I'm just going to brayer this over, pushing quite hard because I want to get the paint in the background and going from different angles. So that gave me my kind of, what's the word? I knew I would, abstracty kind of background.
Yeah.
Once I'd got one layer on, I would pop another to really brighten this up. So I've gone a lot lighter now, and I'm just catching my harlequins. Harlequins? They are harlequins, aren't they?
I think they are. I mean...
So that gives a really nice, interesting background. So you would then go in and blast that. I'm just going to do this centre bit for you because I really want to get to the other bit to show you because I'm excited. And then take off that excess and just add in a little bit of wax into the background. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to pop gilding wax onto my flowers. So can you see how that just shines? Yeah. It's just giving it a hint around here. Yeah. So with that in mind, I had a little message to my good friend Anita, one of the design girls, and I said, please will you make me a nice big box of black, true black flowers from our flower dies. She says, of course, and she obliged. So I have a little box of flowers that I have just flipped over with a brush and dry brushed them with white gesso, and I've popped some gilding wax on.
Look at that.
Okay, so we've got chrysanthemum. I'm just going to pop them to the side look, as we do them. And then I've cut, no I haven't, she's cut some of our some of our nice foliage dies.
Yeah.
We've got poppy leaves, we've got some ivy. Now I've chosen to keep them black at the moment.
Yeah.
But I've kept a couple of the flowers black just so that I can show you how I achieve that look. So we'll pop them in there. So we'll use those. And then I need a brush. So let's use this big fluffy one. And I've just wiped all that gesso up, look. So just a little bit of gesso onto there, and then just whip it around.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the same on this one. So this is, it's the same die, but it makes all the different flowers. It's the multi-dies. So this is your little daisy. Yeah. This one's your rose. And then once you're happy with that, I think I used this colour. You just gently, sorry, look at the state of my hands. Whip a little bit of gilding, and it is just a touch, but it just gives it that little bit extra. Yeah. So now I've got my pile of flowers.
They look like metal, don't they?
But just by adding that little bit of gesso, I'm just going to have to just quickly wipe that there.
Well, you wait, wipe that out. We have got a 12 by 12, the super smooth and the true black. You are getting 25 sheets of 25 sheets of each, so 50 in total. £15.49 is your price. 034844 is your item number for that one. We have got, of course, the different sizes, including the 15 by 30, the 15 by 42 as well. Now, if you wanted to go for the A3 and A4, we have them here. You are getting 40 sheets of the A3, 80 of the A4, so that's 40 of white in A4, 40 of the true black in A4, and 20 of the A3 or A2 ones. Right, now if you want, Hazel is ready for the next part.
Okay, so I've grabbed one of my 15 by 30. You'll need 4 of these to make the frame.
Okay.
And I'm going to score at 1 centimetre, 4.5, 8 and 11.5. Don't worry if you don't get that, because you will get instructions. Right. I'm going to do a centimetre. That's going to make me a little tab, and then at 4.5 to the second line. I have gone ahead and done 4 of these already, but one thing I did want to show you was the how I did the heat embossing on it. Yeah. So literally, we're just going to make the tab, 2 little snips, fold that behind to keep it safe. Yeah. Snip that one away, and then come at an angle to the bottom of that line. Okay. Yeah. Then snip that away, just like so.
And do we get instructions for this?
Absolutely, yes. Fabulous. So I'm just turning it over, doing them 4 lines. I will be getting gilding wax on this one because it is on my finger. Yeah. I've got paint on it too. Just try and ignore it for me.
Well, we are making a distress one, aren't we? We are making the kind of inky background.
So I'm just going to pop some anti-static over there.
Okay.
And I will just do a little touch of embossing, and then we can move on. Now, there would, you see, it's going to have to be our script stamp from the poppy set.
Right, yeah, the poppy
Pop some of that down.
Were coming up on the screen.
And all I've done is just added a little bit that way, maybe a little bit that way, and I've filled that up. I'm going to bring this in to show you. Can you see? Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I want to achieve. So all I've done from there then is I'm going to steal this to do it on. Pop your powder on. And then we would heat that. How much time have we got?
Yes, we have got 7 minutes.
Okay, that's good. I'll quickly heat that and then we can move on. So make sure that your gun is nice and warm. But I just love the black embossing on the black. It just looks absolutely amazing. You see how that's coming?
Do you use red liner tape to glue the sides of the red liner tape for the sides?
Absolutely, yes. I'm not going to heat all of that because I have got them here, and I really need the time to show you the other. But all I've done from there, my red liner tape, I've put down my end there, and then on these tabs. So you're just going to peel this away. And then you turn it over and fold it down on the second line and bring that up. Yeah. That naturally finds its fold, and that gives you one tube. Okay. So basically what we're making is a 12-inch frame, just short of, and we are going to put our little mixed media piece inside, and we're going to add in all our flowers, and it's all made out of your true black card.
Can I mention the red liner tape that since you are using
it?
Yeah,
it's so popular to have.
Yeah, we do have got the bundle that has got the 3 mil, the 6 mil, the 9 mil, and the 12 mil. Remember that each of these rolls has 30 meters in it, which means this equivalent of 6 traditional 5 meter. So this 4 set is actually the equivalent of actually 20. So now that would be 6 times 4, 24 rolls.
Yes, absolutely.
So you have got, and of course, you have those for £13.99, and they come singly packaged as well. So you have got more adhesives on the website, including the EVA glue, 225 ml with those 5-star reviews. It's a fabulous, kind of wet adhesive that is neutral pH, so it's perfect for your mixed media and memory albums as well. And one of the reasons I like it, it's a quick grab as well, isn't it?
It has got a quick grab, yes, and it doesn't yellow, it stays flexible over time. But the most important thing for us is that it's perfect for our craft.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want, isn't it? Something that's going to grab quick. It's a nice consistency. It works fabulous through our bottles, and it just flows freely.
And you put it in these bottles, the non-clogged bottles, don't you? Now it comes in a set of 2, and then you can refill with whatever glue you want to. This one is the, I think the yellow one is the wider tip, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's the 37.5 mil with the 0.8 mil needle, and then of course we have got the 23.5 bottle in there. Right.
Okay, I just proceeded because I know that we're going to be pushed on time to finish this. But I've just put my frame together, and you can see the glint from that gorgeous heat emboss on there. So then I've got myself a sheet of the 12 by 12. Now I have cut it down slightly because I've used the 15 by 30, but I've done a centimetre tab. You lose a centimetre, so it's 29 centimetres. So then I'm going to grab my 12 mil, and I'm just going to pop that around so that we can stick the backing on. And then it's, I so love this. I go through so much 12 mil. It just, it fills so much area quickly, you see, and you haven't got to worry. So we'll just pop that on there. Then we'll have a pair of tweezers. Just whip them off. Now I did actually emboss a faint line around mine, so that when I stuck my centre in, it kind of gave me a faux border. Yes. I haven't got a bin down there, Ben, and I'm sorry, but I'll tidy it up afterwards.
Well, there should be.
So I've just slightly embossed, you see? So when I stick my piece inside, I know I'm going to get it in the middle. That's providing I stick this on here straight, which looks quite straight to me. So we'll stick that down. There we go. Yeah, that was just the frame. So here's the piece. We're going to pop that in, and hopefully, I'm so worried we're going to run out of time.
3 minutes. We have got 3 minutes.
Okay.
So you have got plenty.
If I can get some flowers on there, that would be helpful.
Well, and remember, you are back at
11.
11.
Yes.
So with myself. Oh, excellent.
Okay, so choose which way round you want it, and I think I want it that way. And just position. I'm just eyeballing, it's about there. But that absolutely, because you've got the gesso on that, it just really bounces out of that frame.
Love that.
So once we start popping in our different pieces, now I would always lay them down first. So let's get some of the, I knew I'd lose something. I thought I'd got 2 of those. I have, here we go. Let's get some of them down, look. So I like to piece them down first and work from the bottom up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And I want to keep the black ones there because that's going to really show up against the background. So let's add in maybe this one, and then there's a larger rose there. And these are just going to fit around.
Love it.
Why does the time always go so quick? There we go. We'll pop that one in there.
Wow.
It's going to be as if it's stuck down.
Yeah.
Would
you use the glue gel?
That's exactly where I was going. I am going to stick it down with my 3D glue gel, just a little dot behind each one, and I will finish this off in between the shows. So when we open up at the 11 o'clock show, I will show you it all
of it. Yeah,
stuck together. But yeah, just keep going and adding in all of your little bits. And then that would make a gorgeous gift, or if you couldn't part with it, keep it.
Absolutely, absolutely stunning.
But it's not an expensive. What have I used there? I've used 4 15 by 30s, I've used 1 12 by 12, and then I've used another 12 by 12 to cut down for my background, and then maybe maybe one more sheet for your die cutting of your flowers. But how I can't lift it up for you, unfortunately, because it's not stuck.
No, don't worry, but that's fine. And thank you so much, Hazel.
Thank you.
It's a really amazing demonstrations. We'll see you at 11 o'clock.
You will indeed.
Remember to check out your baskets, especially for the 15 by 30. You are getting 50 sheets of each of the super smooth and 50 of the true black, so 100 in total. You can see them there for £14.99. 743857 is the item number. Now, of course, do kind of check out on the website all the adhesives that Hazel has been using, including the removable as well. There's lots more that we haven't seen. Stay tuned though, because we have got a fabulous one-day special after the break, a clay nice bag with Fiona, and it's amazing demonstrations as well.